Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing amazing out there and that the weather's being good to you. I know that some parts of Arkansas and Missouri and Louisiana and Tennessee are getting kind of wet right now due to the Cristobal. And also I want to talk with y'all about the heat that's going on. Let me just check to see if we got any concurrent viewers here. Well, apparently someone was viewing me live earlier, but I couldn't get the stream to work, so now I'm back on and it seems like everything's okay. And I hope y'all are doing amazing out there. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and I also want to talk a little bit about the let me just check my audio here. Okay, I also want to talk a little bit about the heat that's going on down here in Texas. I heard from my buddies down in Terlingua earlier, or that's Terlingua for you Yanks who have to pronounce everything syllable by syllable, that it got over 100 degrees. And if you're not comfortable driving in that kind of heat, you might want to stay away for the next day or so. I do hear a cold front's going to be coming through tomorrow night, and that should cool things down a little bit. And you switch the focusing here. There, that worked. Nope. I got to get rid of the box here. That's better. Yeah, shooting this on a Canon M50 right now. I've got one concurrent viewer so far. Let's get that up to 2 when I get the chance here. So let's start with Cristobal first. Cristobal's now down to a tropical depression, and it's causing flooding rain and strong wind gusts in places that are well away from me, so hopefully it will not affect my run tonight. But if it does, well, I'll let you know. And I'm just pulling up my weather app right now to kind of get an idea on where he's at, according to my radar. And actually I'm doing this through the AccuWeather app. Right now, Cristobal appears to be centered pretty close to Little Rock. So I know that I'll probably be hitting some of the rain showers and thunderstorms in the morning, depending on how fast and how far north Cristobal decides to track. And as you can see right there, that's kind of what he looks like. It's not going to focus because I just set it to manual to turn off the little box that it was drawn. The other thing that I see that's going on is the heat that I'm talking about here. So if your engine's getting hot, you're going to know it. Your oil pressure is going to drop. Your temperature gauge for your engine coolant's going to go towards the high side or hot. You might have to see your oil temp also go towards hot when that happens. That's something you need to be aware of anytime you run on mountains or in hot weather. And if it starts doing that, you need to, if the engine does not shut down, you need to seek service as soon as possible. If it does shut down, well, you got to let the engine cool and then check your fluid levels. And that's the only thing I'm aware of that you can do roadside. Outside of that, you'll probably be calling for road service. As for keeping yourself cool in this kind of weather, a lot of trucking companies have policies stating that you can't idle your truck. Well, in some places, that policy has to go out the window because, quite frankly, when it gets to 100 plus degrees outside, your truck's interior gets over 130. and that's hot enough to start baking cookies, if you've seen weather people do it on TV before. And that's a good reason why I would highly recommend, if you're a rookie driver, that you ask about your company's policy. If you're a more experienced driver, you probably know it by now. And if you have an APU, definitely use that. If you don't, well, and you can't idle, then the best thing for you to do would be to find a nice hotel or a friend or a relative to stay with to keep yourself cool. Okay, so your questions right now. 325-400-1175 is the number. It's 6:50 in the evening here in Stephenville, Texas, about 90 miles southwest of Fort Worth. And I'm just I only see one viewer on my stream right now, which is fine because that one viewer is probably just whoever's watching alongside me. And so anyways, I am gonna enable the chat, of course. I've already done that. And I am gonna save and share this video once I am done streaming, so that y'all can talk about it in the comments. Now, my last couple episodes have dealt with race riots and, you know, the stuff that's going on. And I want you to go back and watch those when you get the chance. And tell me what you think you would do in my situation. If you were a team driver and you had to deal with somebody with a different culture, background, whatever, quite frequently because your main driver gets sick, or maybe stuff happens out on the road, or maybe your company's one of those type that switches your driver every now and then. Let me know in the comments down below. And this is a live stream right now. I'm using OBS combined with the YouTube Studio by way of a HD60, an Elgato Stream Deck, and an HDMI switch. And for my audio, I'm using a Pyro lavalier mic that I got for $15 on Amazon. Let me know how it's sounding, because my meter's looking okay, but I want your comments. I really like this wireless lav mic though, because it's cheap and because it seemingly just works. So, anyways, let me pull up tomorrow's high temperature in my town tomorrow. Oh, I just said tomorrow twice. Oops. Let me go to daily. Tomorrow here in Stephenville, the high is going to be over 96. And then Wednesday, it's going to be down to 90. Which is still plenty hot. Though it might not be as humid. Let me just check that here. They're just saying hot with plenty of sun. And yeah, it is definitely being Texas right now in terms of the heat, humidity, etc. One thing I will have to say, and I'm going to keep this stream short since it's I did have some technical difficulties earlier. Please stay safe out there, and try to avoid the downtowns if you can with all the stuff that's going on, because well, needless to say, I've already had a couple detours in the past week, and that was just doing the alternate run I sometimes do out to Wytheville, Virginia, instead of going all the way up to Woodbridge, New Jersey. And that's a dedicated route, by the way. And we do change the actual drive route every now and then for detours and weather, etc. And I will be paying attention to the roads tonight especially. I do have a GPS with a traffic receiver on it. I urge y'all to have one. Or if you don't, then on your phone, you can download an app called Waze, which I have right here. There it comes up. It's telling me I gotta accept the license because this is the first time I've been running it on this phone. But this is an app I use quite often for getting my traffic and weather out on the road. Let me get my camera repositioned here. There we go. Yeah, I got the M50 sitting on my desk. I've got the 77D over here on the tripod, if you see that. I was trying to stream with that earlier. That does work, but I think the M50 works a little better, in my humble opinion. And, oh yeah, did I mention that a couple weeks ago I got to go and shoot my first rodeo play day in over a month and a half. If you need to take a look at some pictures from that, they're on my website, as well as my Facebook feed, and or they will be on my website anyway in the next couple days. In addition to that, they are on my Facebook feed and my Instagram. You can check the Instagram and Facebook feeds out. Username's at ZTBell21. Same goes for Twitter for some of my more political comments and such. And that's, again, that same username on Twitter. Let me see how many people I've got watching right now. Still only got one. Well, I'm going to call it a night here. Until next time, be safe out there. If you got conditions like I do in terms of like your health and such, do wear a mask in public. If you don't have those, just be very cautious and maintain your social distance. Let's make your best trip your next trip. And I'll see you on the next episode.